Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another walkthrough. My name is Josh Biddle, and I am the Business Development Manager here at Wonks. Before I get into it, I would really appreciate it if you hit the like button and the subscribe button to our channel. If you have any comments as well, please feel free to leave them down below. In today's walkthrough, I'll be speaking on implementing a Christmas calendar campaign that you can use for your own business as well. It doesn't matter whether you are brick and mortar or e-commerce. What we are calling it here, we are calling it the 24 Days of Christmas, and this calendar will comprise of 3 main categories to prepare your business and build anticipation and hype for Christmas. So the 3 I will be discussing today will be your brand ideas, your product posts, and your in-store ideas. So as you can see here, we have created a calendar template here at Wonks. We put this together for a guideline for you in terms of what to do each day to hype up your business for Christmas. As you can see over here, every day there will be a brand new idea with product posts sprinkled throughout the 24 days. And every weekend is all about in-store. We want to drive the traffic into your store every weekend in the upcoming weeks. As you can see as well, on Mondays, perhaps the slower days of the week, we want to promote your brand. Let's start the week off right by talking about your brand, sharing it with your audience, and we'll go into that a bit later in the walkthrough. It's also very important to note that the career service cutoff date, I don't have the exact date for you, but it's very important that you know when it is. So if you want to make sure that your products have been shipped out by the time to get to your customers. And then after that as well, as you can see, as we get closer to Christmas itself, I have predicted, the cutoff date is just like an example really, that you, as soon as the career cutoff date has happened, you want to promote even more to induce your customers to come into your store. For purposes of this walkthrough, I will be using a jewelry store as an example. However, this walkthrough will apply to all your businesses. As I said before, it doesn't matter. For instance, if you're purely an e-commerce base, you don't have a store, you don't have a brick and mortar store. So instead of on your weekends, you will drive your product promotions even more online. Beautiful. Moving on. Post guidelines. So recently as well, you might have seen it, you might not. I made a Black Friday walkthrough. Please feel free to check it out. Lots of great information on there. It's very important that you do cover everything in the list here on the post guidelines to give your customers access to all the information in regards to what you are sharing. Again, to reiterate, I'm talking about the price, discount, the description, what is the call to action. For example, here I have shop now, limited stock, view our full range online. And I'll give you some more examples as we go through. Again, I have made a Black Friday video walkthrough on this. I go into greater depth and also what to post across your social media platforms to build hype for Black Friday. You can use the same thing for your upcoming weeks to Christmas. You want to take advantage of all the avenues you have at your disposal. Posting on Facebook, Instagram, your Google business profile. It is completely free for the most part. But other than that, it's completely free. I highly recommend, again, viewing more of our Wonks walkthroughs on our YouTube channel, which contains even more valuable information for you to use, including social media, email campaigns, and also how to optimize your Google business profile. This will help with your organic ranking, especially as we're coming up to Christmas. If one of your customers or users is searching for a keyword for you, depending on your Google business profile and how strong it is, it could make or break if you pop up first. Example, even if you have more 5-star reviews than your competitor, that could be the odds of them seeing your name first, your website. So can't stress enough, utilize these, utilize Facebook, Instagram, any social media, any platforms that you are on, utilize them, get creative and post on them. It really does make a difference. you have access to a huge range of audience as well. And also it's a two-way communication. You can interact with your customers too. Ask them perhaps what are they excited for Christmas, as an example. We're coming up to that silly season, and with that, as I said before, you want to get creative on your advertising platforms. So throughout the 24 days of Christmas, we have put a list together of product post ideas you can use on the table here, just to the right-hand side. And this can be utilized across all industries as well. Again, I'm just using the jewelry store as an example purely for this walkthrough. And you can place these ideas throughout your calendar planning on the template that I just showed at the beginning of this walkthrough. So for example here, gift ideas for him, for her, engravables, etc. Moving on. By following the post guideline structure to include all the information needed, we can post across all of our social platforms. So for this example, the jewelry store, I chose stocking stuffers. And as you can see here, I have everything that I posted before about the product guidelines. I've got my image, my graphic of it. I've also got the percentage of it. It's on sale now, what it is, snowman earrings, all the information needed, and it's online to shop now for the customer to have all of that information. Another example as well. Let's say you have a perfume store, right? Or you're in retail. And as you saw on that list, it said gifts for him, gifts for her. You can have perfume for women, cologne for men, 20%. Let's just, revamp this, 20% discount, online shop now. Boom, you have that content. So by having this and grabbing these ideas, these product ideas, and putting them into your calendar planning, you can focus on creating the perfect content for your customers. Moving on to our in-store ideas. Customers love to see businesses embracing the Christmas spirit, so make sure your store is looking ready for Santa's arrival in the upcoming weeks. Here we have created another table for you with a range of in-store ideas which you can implement to entice your customers to come into the store. Again, as I said earlier, the weekends leading up to Christmas is a huge opportunity not to be missed, all the way up to Christmas Eve, last minute gift shopping. If you are anything like me, I'm pretty useless when it comes to presents, and I'm a last minute shopper. I'm not going to lie with you guys. I'm a last minute shopper. So having those stores open late and having them open on weekends coming up to Christmas as close as you can get really do help people like myself. As said earlier as well, the cutoff for careers is the end of, near the end of December, just before Christmas. You want to make sure to make that last weekend count for the last minute shoppers who can't get anything online. And what better way to drive traffic in store than to offer free gift wrapping? Again, so we've established that I am a last minute shopper as well. And given that I am a last minute shopper, I'm also, unfortunately to say, a terrible gift wrapper. I try, but it just doesn't look right. Imagine you're creating a puzzle, you're putting a puzzle together and there's no edge pieces. It just doesn't look right. That's me gift wrapping. I'm terrible. I will honestly say that. I don't mind. And so, it's a great idea to have gift wrapping in store, especially driving customers in store. They buy some products from you, you offer this, and you can even add a special card in it for them to fill out for that special one that gift is for. Let's say another idea, for example, you're in the technology or retail industry. You can stay open late. This is what I was saying before, on the special holiday hours. So your customers don't miss out. They can come in late. They can make sure they do their shopping just before Christmas. Christmas is saved. They've bought gifts, right up to the last minute. If you do this, remember though, to change your special hours on your Google business profile. I do have another walkthrough of explaining how you can do this for your Google business profile. Again, find it on our YouTube. Very important. You do not want your customers disappointed if they're looking at your store and see that you're closed, when in fact you're not. You're open late hours. So remember to change those special hours on your Google business profile. Your brand is your identity. It is how your customers differentiate you to your competitors. Your brand is how you convey your values, your trust, and instills loyalty within your customers, influencing their purchasing this Christmas. So it's a big deal. Be personable, be relatable with your customers. You are not just a brick and mortar building. There are humans behind that online e-commerce stores of yours. Show them who you are and tell your customers your story. And again, we have some brand ideas to the right here. Speaking of which, meet the team is a great way to humanize your business. The transparency will enhance customer relationships, strengthen brand credibility, and foster a positive perception of your company. Everyone loves to meet the team. Every one of your staff members have a story and what brought them to your store, and it connects with your customers. You know, it brings it to that human level. Another brand idea as well, all about communicating and coming down to the level of your customers, is conveying your values, your mission. For example, do you help in the community? Are you an active member in the community? And what do you do? Or do you help the environment? Very important these days. Does, you know, a percentage of your product or sales or anything, does that go to the environment, or is it going towards a good cause? What differentiates you from your competitors? Why should your customers choose you and get behind your brand? Share it. Share it all with your customers. So remember to plan your calendar early, manage your inventory effectively, offer strategic pricing and promotions. You want to implement a robust marketing strategy, prioritize customer service, and collaborate closely with logistics partners. Again, we are talking about the careers cutoff. You want to make sure that you get those products out on time so that it will arrive in time and you won't miss the shipping. You want to make sure, again, another note, that your website is well optimized for mobile due to the increased traffic that comes around the silly season. And that also, if you're running any sales and advertising and promotions on the Google network or on social media, you want to make sure that your landing page for when your customers arrive to your site is correct. Are they landing on the correct page after your advertising? Again, this walkthrough, please feel free to use the suggested post ideas from this walkthrough to write your content. Get creative. This is a template we want you to use. It's a good baseline for you to begin having your ideas and planning on what you want to do for Christmas. Again, I cannot stress enough with your social media posts. They really do mean a lot. It is a two-way communication between you and your customer base, and also those who might not have heard about your store as well. It's just a really good tool to use, and get creative. You know, keep up the excitement this silly season by sending out weekly emails to your customers as well as what they can look forward to in the upcoming weeks. So here, as you can see on this slide, is a 24 days of Christmas calendar I put together earlier to give you all an example of the ideas we have spoken about today throughout this walkthrough, which has been plotted onto our calendar. So at the beginning of the walkthrough, you might remember that it was just like in store. Right here, the three different ideas, but now from planning and plotting the different ideas from those tables from earlier, we have created a plan, a 24-day plan for Christmas. And this way I can then get into creating the content for the calendar. So please feel free to use this, use some ideas. Again, this can come across any industry for e-commerce, brick and mortar. It's very transferable. So I do hope that you found this walkthrough educational and took value from it. Again, if you did like this video, please like and subscribe. Any comments below, would love to hear them. And all the best for your Christmas planning. Thank you, and I will see you in the next walkthrough.